Welcome to my presentation on marketing the academic library, changes in traditional models for fundraising. I'm Hannah Hiles, MILS student at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. I'd like to start with a quote that I'm particularly fond of about libraries. Nobody ever graduated from a library. Nobody ever graduated without one. In this presentation, I'll be examining some of the issues surrounding funds in the academic library, specifically the kinds of problems academic libraries run into and what can be done to solve these problems. First, a little statistical information about spending in academic libraries. Academic libraries are generally limited in how they acquire funds. The majority of them come from their parent institutions. Academic libraries don't generally do their own fundraising. At least half of their budgets go towards staffing, with the remaining funds on a steadily rising trend of going towards electronic resources. The National Center for Educational Statistics and Institute of Educational Sciences reported that spending on ebooks jumped from $133.6 million in 2008 to $152.4 million in 2010, and that expenditures for electronic journals increased from $1 billion in 2008 to $1.25 billion in 2010. In addition to those individual costs, there was an overall rise in spending for electronic resources of 23% between 2008 and 2010. So let's look at the problems. The three big ones are funding from the parent institute. In the case of academic libraries, that's the university, the weight of decision-making on library managers, and the issues that reside in existing fundraising problems. When it comes to funds and their parent institution, the primary problem is that libraries are not number one in funding. There are less opportunities for libraries to have one-on-one relationships with donors, as university donors tend to not interact with individual departments, and there's an overall lack of models for libraries to try and find their own ways to raise funds outside of their university. The second issue pertains to personnel. It's the fact that large budgetary decisions are often left to people who have limited knowledge of the funds themselves. Their backgrounds generally lack information about fundraising or marketing, and what decisions they do manage to make are still ultimately up to the university to allow. The final problem relates to university relationships. Libraries tend to compartmentalize themselves from the university system in an attempt to manage their own budgets, believing that they are a less important slice of the overall university pie. Additionally, libraries fail to make use of university departments while also failing to make connections with the student body. There are three unique solutions for these problems, the first being marketing. It may seem odd to think of libraries as needing marketing tools or PR think tanks or even having a brand. However, libraries have a unique opportunity to develop a marketing strategy for updating perceptions about the library, as well as demonstrating the library's best uses. This can be done by improving university-wide signage about the library, such as leaflets or flyers, designating a staff member to promote the library on social media sites such as Twitter or Facebook, even Instagram, or devising new ways for the library to serve its student community, similar to how public libraries have opened their doors to outsider community events. The second solution is improving interdepartmental relationships. Libraries can utilize other departments' skill sets, such as graphic design departments and marketing departments, as well as other donor connections. This can be done by using marketing materials designed by art departments or hosting multi-departmental fundraising events. The final solution is to strengthen the existing fundraising programs. Libraries have the ability to strengthen existing donor relationships, as well as cultivate a work environment that is rich with managers and administrators who are experienced in fundraising. These solutions could be achieved by personalizing the library-donor relationship through continued conversation and gatherings, and educating existing staff in the theories of fundraising without needing to hire additional workers on an already tight salary budget. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something new about fundraising in the academic library.